You are moving to a new home, but you will have to say goodbye to a loved one who. Listen closely, because what I am about to tell you has been waiting for this very moment. You are not here by accident. You are standing at the doorway of change. You are moving into a new home, a new chapter, a fresh beginning that heaven has already prepared for you. The walls of your new space will not just carry bricks and paint, but memories waiting to be written, blessings waiting to be poured, and miracles waiting to unfold. But in this transition, there comes a sacred truth: when God elevates you, not everyone can walk with you. And this is the season where you must say goodbye to a loved one who is not meant to journey into your next chapter. Stay with me till the end, because your heart is going to understand why this moment is so important. You might feel torn between the comfort of what you've always known and the unknown future that now calls your name. You might ask, why do I have to leave someone behind? But hear this clearly: not every hand can hold your destiny, not every voice can sing your song, not every spirit is aligned with your assignment. The goodbye you give now is not rejection, it is divine redirection. Heaven is shifting you into alignment with the ones who will lift you higher, not weigh you down. Hold on and stay with me, because the Spirit is saying, in your new home, you will not just change addresses, you will change atmospheres. Old arguments, old disappointments, old betrayals, they cannot cross the threshold of this new beginning. You have carried certain people for too long, and though you love them, they cannot follow you into this place of promise. God is asking you to trust that the tears you cry in letting go are watering the soil of your new season. Wait and stay with me, because this next part is for you alone. The loved one you are being asked to say goodbye to may not be gone forever. Sometimes God removes people so He can work on them in silence, and when the time is right, He restores them in a new form. And sometimes, God removes them permanently, because their chapter in your story has ended. But either way, you are being led into a space where peace will fill your nights, and joy will knock at your door. This move is not just physical, it is spiritual. The angels have already gone ahead of you, preparing every corner of this new home, sweeping away negativity, cleansing every wall with divine light, and opening the windows of heaven over your new roof. The goodbye will hurt, yes. But the welcome that awaits you will heal everything you lost and give you more than you imagined. So do not fear the leaving, do not resist the shift. Because you are not losing, you are being positioned. You are not stepping away, you are stepping higher. And the loved one you say goodbye to today may someday look back and thank you, because your courage to walk forward will inspire their own. Stay with me till the end, because I tell you this: your new home is not just a place. It is a destiny. It is a new book, a divine gift wrapped in the timing of heaven. The tears of goodbye will write the first page, but the laughter of tomorrow will write the rest. A home is not just built of walls and windows, it is built of presence, of energy, of the unseen whispers that linger in the air long after words have been spoken. And as you move to this new dwelling, heaven is clearing the atmosphere for you. The angels are sweeping away every residue of sorrow, every weight of the past, and every hidden shadow that once tried to follow you. Your steps are not random, they are guided. Your bags may carry clothes, but your spirit carries destiny. Stay with me till the end, because the truth is this: the goodbye you must give is part of your healing. For too long, you have tried to fix what was breaking, to hold on to what was already letting go, to water what heaven had already declared finished. You kept believing love alone could hold it together. But God is whispering now, release them. Not in anger, not in bitterness, but in peace. Because some loves are seasonal, and some bonds are bridges to the next chapter but not the final destination. Hold on and stay with me, because what you don't see yet is the divine exchange taking place. As you say goodbye to one, God is preparing to introduce you to another, a soul who will match your new beginning, a presence that will fill your new home with laughter instead of silence, with trust instead of suspicion, with joy instead of unrest. The home you are moving into is not just a place of rest, it is a place of restoration. You may ask, why does moving forward require pain? Because transformation is never silent. When a seed grows, it breaks its shell. When a butterfly rises, it leaves the cocoon. And when you rise into your divine chapter, you must let go of the hand that cannot climb with you. This goodbye is proof that you are evolving, that your soul is too big to remain in the same space it once called familiar. Wait and stay with me, because your heart must hear this: you are not abandoning anyone. You are obeying a higher call. You are not forgetting the love you shared, you are blessing it and releasing it. And sometimes, the most sacred form of love is letting someone go so they can find their own light, while you step into yours. In your new home, you will feel the difference the moment you step through the door. The air will feel lighter, the silence will feel holy, and the walls will echo peace instead of conflict. You will sit in your new space and suddenly realize, this is what freedom feels like. This is what it means to live in alignment with heaven's plan. And in that moment, every tear you cried for the goodbye will feel like rain that nourished the soil for your miracle to grow. So let not your heart be troubled. The loved one you release today will forever remain a part of your journey, but they cannot walk this road with you. And though you may grieve, heaven is rejoicing, because you are stepping into a season where your home becomes your sanctuary, your heart becomes lighter, and your life begins to sing again. When you step across the doorway of your new home, it will feel like heaven itself has turned a page in your life. This is more than relocation, it is revelation. Every corner of this house carries the imprint of promise, every wall is whispering that you were born for more, and every window is inviting light that you have long waited for. But here is the truth you must carry in your heart: the beauty of new beginnings often comes wrapped with the ache of farewell. Stay with me till the end, because your spirit needs to hear this. The loved one you must say goodbye to has been a part of your heart's history, but they are not meant to be a part of your destiny's future. You may still feel their laughter in your memories, you may still sense their love in the echo of your days, but God is gently separating paths. It does not mean the love was wasted, it means it served its purpose. Every smile, every word, every embrace was a stepping stone to this very moment, where you now rise higher. Hold on and stay with me, because even as you grieve what you are releasing, heaven is already rejoicing over what you are about to receive. You are moving into a space that will not carry yesterday's chains but tomorrow's crowns. And though you may weep at night for the goodbye, joy is already preparing to greet you at sunrise. This is not the end of love, it is the rebirth of it, shaped in a new form, flowing from heaven in ways you could never imagine. Wait and stay with me, because your tears are not unnoticed. Every drop is being gathered by angels, poured back as blessing into the very soil of your new beginning. You are not losing, you are making room. You are not left empty, you are being prepared to be filled. The one you say goodbye to now is not erased from your heart, they are simply written in the chapter behind you, while your eyes must stay on the chapter unfolding ahead. Your new home will carry peace like a blanket. You will wake and feel the silence as serenity, not loneliness. You will walk the floors and feel the ground respond, as if heaven itself is saying, "You belong here." And in that moment, you will understand, every goodbye that once felt like breaking was actually God's way of making you whole. So do not look back with regret. Look forward with reverence. For the loved one you release today is not a sign of what you lost, but a sign of how far you have come. And the new dwelling you are moving into is not just a house, it is a sanctuary chosen for you, where miracles will live, blessings will overflow, and your soul will finally rest. Every move in your life has meaning, every step carries a message, and this new home you are walking into is not simply a change of address, it is a shift in destiny. The walls you leave behind carry your old battles, your old tears, your old prayers whispered in the night. But the walls you step into now have never heard your weeping, they are ready to echo only your laughter, your songs, and your prayers of victory. Yet to embrace this fully, there is a truth that cannot be avoided, you must say goodbye to a loved one who cannot walk with you into this season. Stay with me till the end, because heaven wants your heart to be steady in this. Sometimes, love is not about holding on tightly, it is about knowing when to let go gently. The one you are leaving behind may not understand now, but in time, they will. You are not betraying them, you are blessing them by releasing them into the path meant for them. And in return, you are freeing yourself to walk the path God has written for you. Hold on and stay with me, because your new home has been prepared with precision. Angels have walked through the halls, cleansing every shadow. They have stood in every corner, declaring peace. They have placed light upon the threshold so that when you enter, you will feel it immediately, the shift, the stillness, the assurance that you are not stepping into uncertainty but into divine order. Wait and stay with me, because what you call goodbye is not a loss, but a release. That loved one will always remain a part of your story, but not every character is written into every chapter. Some are meant to teach you how to love, some are meant to show you how to heal, and some are meant to strengthen your wings so that you can finally fly. And though it hurts to release, you will soon see, it is in letting go that you are lifted higher. Your new home will be the place where you rediscover yourself. Where you wake up without the heaviness of yesterday's shadows. Where you breathe deeply and realize the air is not filled with tension but with freedom. Where silence no longer feels like emptiness but like a sacred presence. This is the gift of transition, it strips away what was never meant to stay and clothes you with what will never leave. So take courage, for the goodbye you are giving is not the end of love but the evolution of it. It is the proof that your soul is growing, that your spirit is maturing, and that heaven is leading you where your heart will finally rest. A new home is not just a roof over your head, it is a testimony that life is moving, that God is shifting, that your story is not stuck where it once was. And yet, in this beautiful unfolding, there comes a quiet ache, the goodbye you never thought you would have to say. The loved one you must release is not being removed in cruelty but in clarity, for heaven knows what your heart has not yet seen. Stay with me till the end, because your spirit must understand this moment. There are people you carry because of love, but not everyone you love is meant to live in your future. Some are assigned to a season, not to a lifetime. Their role was important, their presence was meaningful, but their path cannot be tied to yours forever. And the courage it takes to release them will be the same courage that unlocks your next miracle. Hold on and stay with me, because this new home is not empty, it is already filled with unseen blessings waiting to manifest. The walls are waiting for your laughter. The floors are waiting for your footsteps of victory. The windows are waiting to shine with morning light that feels different, because it is light no longer filtered by shadows of the past. The angels are standing at every doorpost, and they are whispering, "Welcome to the place prepared for you." Wait and stay with me, because goodbyes are not endings, they are openings. By letting go of one hand, you are able to receive another. By closing one chapter, you allow a greater one to begin. And though the heart resists change, the soul knows, growth requires space, healing requires separation, and destiny requires obedience. The loved one you are saying goodbye to will remain a thread in your tapestry, but they are not the fabric of your future. Your new home is a divine sanctuary. It is not just a place to live but a place where you will be reborn. In its silence, you will hear heaven more clearly. In its stillness, you will discover your own strength. In its light, you will finally see how much you were carrying, and how much lighter you are now that you have released what was never meant to follow. So lift your head, dry your tears, and step across the threshold with courage. The goodbye is painful, yes, but the promise that awaits is greater. You are not walking into emptiness, you are walking into fullness. You are not leaving someone behind. You are moving closer to who you are becoming. The journey into your new home is more than a physical transition, it is a spiritual passage, a divine unfolding where every step you take is guided by a hand greater than your own. And yet, with every step forward, there is a truth that pulls on your heart: you cannot take everyone with you. The goodbye you must speak is not punishment, it is protection. It is not rejection, it is redirection. Stay with me till the end, because this moment holds weight. The loved one you are saying goodbye to has played a role in your past, but the path of your destiny demands release. Some souls walk with us for a mile, others for a season, and only a few for a lifetime. You have reached the doorway of separation, not because the love has died, but because your purpose has grown. Hold on and stay with me, because heaven wants you to see what lies ahead. This new home is not ordinary, it is a sanctuary of healing, of clarity, of renewal. It will feel like walking into light after a long night. It will feel like breathing fresh air after carrying weight for years. The walls will not remember your pain, they will only record your joy. And the floor beneath your feet will remind you with every step, you are walking into the life you prayed for. Wait and stay with me, because you need to hear this clearly: the goodbye you give now is sacred. It is not closing the door on love, it is honoring the truth that not every love is designed to stay. It is choosing peace over confusion, growth over stagnation, destiny over comfort. And though it hurts to let go, you are not left empty. For what heaven takes from your hands, heaven always replaces with something greater. When you walk through the threshold of your new home, the silence will not be hollow, it will be holy. You will feel angels moving around you. You will sense peace wrapping itself around you like a blanket. And you will understand why you had to leave, why you had to release, why you had to trust. Because the goodbye was not the end of love, it was the beginning of freedom. So lift your eyes. Do not fear the emptiness. Do not mourn the departure. Instead, step boldly into your new season, knowing this truth: the loved one you say goodbye to today is part of your story, but the future that awaits is the masterpiece heaven has written for you. Every doorway you cross carries meaning, and this doorway into your new home is unlike any before. It is the passage from what was to what will be, from the weight of yesterday to the wonder of tomorrow. But as you step forward, you cannot ignore the truth that waits in your heart. You will have to say goodbye to a loved one who cannot move into this chapter with you. Stay with me till the end, because heaven wants you to see this with clarity. This goodbye is not a punishment, it is a preparation. It is not the end of love, but the beginning of destiny. There are moments in life when God removes hands you thought you needed, only to show you that His hand was the only one holding you all along. The loved one you release today is not being erased, they are simply being placed in the chapter that has already closed, while you step into the chapter that is just opening. Hold on and stay with me, because your new home is not just waiting, it is alive with promise. Its walls are blank, ready to carry the laughter you have yet to share. Its doors are open, ready to welcome the peace you have prayed for. Its foundation is strong, because it was laid not just by builders but by heaven's intention. And though the goodbye weighs heavy, it is this very release that makes room for the blessing waiting on the other side of your threshold. Wait and stay with me, because you need to hear this: you are not leaving love behind, you are carrying it differently. You are not betraying what was, you are honoring what is. To say goodbye does not mean you stop caring, it means you start trusting that God knows who belongs in your future, and who must remain in your past. And when you look back, you will see the truth: some departures were deliverance, some separations were salvation, and some goodbyes were the greatest gifts of love you could give yourself. In your new home, you will breathe differently. You will rise each morning to an atmosphere untouched by yesterday's struggles. You will sit in stillness and find that the silence is not loneliness, it is peace. And in those moments, you will understand why heaven asked for this goodbye. Because if you carried everyone with you, your soul would have no space for the miracles that are now prepared. So walk forward with courage. The goodbye may break your heart for a moment, but the blessing will heal your soul for a lifetime. Your new home is not just a dwelling place, it is the stage where heaven will show you how much more your life can become when you trust the process of letting go. Every ending carries the seed of a beginning, and every goodbye carries the whisper of a new hello. As you prepare to step into your new home, heaven is reminding you of this sacred truth: you will have to let go of a loved one who cannot walk into this chapter with you. Not because the bond wasn't real, not because the love wasn't true, but because destiny demands space for what is coming next. Stay with me till the end, because the message here is for your spirit. The goodbye you are facing is not loss, it is alignment. Sometimes God closes doors we would have never closed ourselves. He shifts connections we thought were permanent. He moves people out of our way so He can move us closer to His plan. And though it feels painful now, this release is the very thing making room for your miracle. Hold on and stay with me, because your new home is already filled with unseen grace. The moment you walk through its doors, you will sense it. A stillness that feels holy, a peace that settles deeper than words, a freedom that tells you that the struggle of yesterday is behind you. The loved one you must say goodbye to belongs to a season that has already served its purpose. You are not abandoning them, you are blessing them by releasing them. Wait and stay with me, because what you call goodbye, heaven calls transformation. You are being moved from what was comfortable to what is destined. And while your heart may ache as you part ways, your soul knows the truth. This is not the end of love, but the beginning of healing. This is not a closing, it is a crossing, a step into the place where your prayers will unfold into reality. In your new home, you will rediscover yourself. You will feel lighter because the weight you once carried is no longer following you. You will laugh louder because the shadows that muted your joy cannot enter here. You will wake up each morning with a fresh spirit, because the presence of God will fill every corner of this dwelling. And as you sit in this new space, you will finally realize, the goodbye was never meant to break you, it was meant to free you. So walk boldly. Do not cling to what is ending. Do not fear what is leaving. For the goodbye is simply heaven's way of opening your hands, so they can finally receive what has been waiting for you all along. Every move in life is a mirror of the soul. Just as you pack away clothes and carry them into a new place, you also pack away memories and carry them in your heart. But some things cannot be taken forward. Some bonds, no matter how precious, are tied only to certain seasons. And as you move into this new home, heaven is asking you to make space by saying goodbye to a loved one who cannot cross this threshold with you. Stay with me till the end, because there is a holy reason behind this parting. Your destiny is too big for certain weights to follow. The love you once shared was real, but it cannot grow in the soil of your future. To cling to what is fading would be to dim the light of what is rising. And though it hurts to release, you will soon see, the goodbye was the bridge carrying you into the promise you prayed for. Hold on and stay with me, because your new home is not just a house, it is an altar of fresh beginnings. Its doors are gateways to joy. Its windows are openings to divine light. Its rooms will carry the fragrance of peace instead of the heaviness of old battles. The moment you step inside, you will feel the shift, the energy, the stillness, the calm that only heaven could design. And it will confirm to your soul why this goodbye had to happen. Wait and stay with me, because this departure is not a punishment, it is protection. It is God's way of saying, you cannot carry yesterday's chains into tomorrow's crown. And while your heart may ache for the familiar, your spirit knows it is time to rise. For what you are letting go of is not greater than what you are about to gain. In this new dwelling, you will meet yourself again. You will look around and see not just walls, but reflections of resilience. You will sense not just silence, but the presence of heaven filling every corner. And you will discover that the loved one you said goodbye to will remain in your story, but only in the chapter behind you, while your future is being written with new ink, with new joy, with new miracles. So walk forward with courage. Do not fear the ache of parting. For this is not the end of love, it is the evolution of it. And every step you take into your new home is proof that you were strong enough to let go, and wise enough to trust what heaven prepared ahead. Every step you take toward your new home is not only physical, it is spiritual. The ground beneath your feet is carrying the weight of your decisions, the echo of your prayers, and the promise of your future. And though this move feels exciting, there is also a quiet sorrow in your heart, the reality that you must say goodbye to a loved one who cannot walk with you into this chapter. Stay with me till the end, because this truth will bring peace to your soul. Not every bond is meant to last forever, no matter how deeply you once believed it would. Some connections are like candles. They shine brightly for a time, but they were never meant to burn through every season of your life. The goodbye you give now is not the end of love, it is the beginning of freedom. It is the doorway through which you step into what heaven has truly prepared for you. Hold on and stay with me, because the new home you are entering carries a fragrance of newness that cannot be mixed with the heaviness of the past. This is not just a place where you will live, it is where you will rise. It is the soil where your next blessings will grow, the atmosphere where your laughter will return, the sanctuary where your spirit will rest. The loved one you leave behind will always remain part of your story, but they are not meant to walk into this new season. Wait and stay with me, because even though the goodbye feels heavy now, it will not remain heavy forever. The same God who gave you the strength to love is now giving you the courage to release. And as you let go, He is placing into your hands new gifts, new relationships, new joy that will remind you that nothing you release for His plan is ever wasted. When you stand in your new home, you will feel it, the shift, the release, the calm. You will look around and realize that this space is different, because it is filled with divine preparation. The silence will not haunt you, it will heal you. The walls will not remind you of conflict, they will carry peace. And in that moment, you will know with certainty, the goodbye was necessary, because the future waiting for you required room to unfold. So lift your eyes and step forward. Do not mourn what you leave behind. Instead, honor it, bless it, and let it go. Because your new home is calling you not just to live, but to live fully, freely, and faithfully in the promise of what is to come. Every goodbye feels like a fracture in the soul, yet heaven whispers that it is a doorway to something greater. As you move toward your new home, you carry not only boxes and belongings. You carry memories, laughter, tears, and bonds that once defined your world. But here is the sacred truth, not all of them are meant to cross into this new season. One loved one you cherish must remain in the chapter behind you, because your next chapter has been written without their presence. Stay with me till the end, because this is not the loss you fear, it is the release you need. Love does not vanish when you say goodbye, it transforms. It settles into your spirit as gratitude, it becomes strength in your steps, and it becomes wisdom for your future. The heartache of parting is not a sign of weakness, it is proof that you have loved deeply. And what is love if not the courage to let go when heaven says, "It is time"? Hold on and stay with me, because your new home is waiting for you with open arms. The walls are blank canvases ready for your new memories. The rooms are empty only so they can be filled with laughter and peace. The air is still, but it is charged with blessings unseen, waiting for the moment you walk through the door. This goodbye you give now is the very key that unlocks this atmosphere of joy. Without releasing, you could not receive. Wait and stay with me, because your soul must hear this. You are not abandoning the loved one, you are honoring the truth of the journey. To cling to what cannot grow is to trap yourself in shadows. But to release is to allow both yourself and them to find light. And though your heart will ache, your spirit will rise, because heaven always restores what it asks you to release. In your new home, you will find silence that soothes, not silence that hurts. You will wake each morning to a fresh start, unmarked by yesterday's battles. You will sit in the quiet and feel a presence greater than loneliness, the presence of peace, the embrace of divine love, the nearness of angels standing guard over every corner. And as days unfold, you will realize the goodbye was not an end, it was the seed of your new beginning. So walk forward with courage. Step into this home not only with keys in your hands but with freedom in your heart. Because though you have said goodbye, you are also saying yes, to peace, to joy, to healing, and to the life heaven has been waiting to give you all along. A home is more than a place you live, it is a vessel for your spirit, a stage for your story, and a mirror for your soul. And as you prepare to step into your new home, heaven is calling you to understand a sacred truth: not every face from your past can be present in your future. You will have to say goodbye to a loved one you thought would always be beside you, not because love has failed, but because destiny has chosen a different path. Stay with me till the end, because your heart must be strong in this moment. The goodbye you speak is not the closing of love, it is the honoring of growth. Some people were given to teach you lessons, others to heal a wound, and some to remind you of who you truly are. But when the chapter is complete, heaven turns the page. And even though your heart longs to hold on, your spirit knows, you cannot stay where God is no longer calling you. Hold on and stay with me, because this new home is more than walls and windows, it is the physical evidence that God has heard your prayers. The peace you longed for, the fresh start you begged for, the freedom you prayed for, it is waiting on the other side of this goodbye. And though your tears may fall as you release, those very tears are watering the soil of your future. Wait and stay with me, because this parting is not cruelty, it is compassion. Heaven knows that if you carried certain bonds into this new home, they would weigh down your destiny. So God, in His mercy, is removing what cannot stay, so that your life can finally breathe. It is not rejection, it is redirection. It is not an ending, it is alignment. And you will look back and see that the loved one you released was never taken from you. They were simply placed in a different chapter of your book. When you walk into your new home, you will feel the difference immediately. The silence will feel like rest. The walls will feel alive with hope. The light pouring in will feel like heaven's whisper saying, "You are safe now." And in that stillness, you will finally understand why this goodbye had to happen, because the new life waiting for you required space that only release could create. So do not see this as losing, see it as becoming. Do not see it as the end, see it as the unveiling of your destiny. For your new home is not just a place, it is a promise. And the loved one you say goodbye to will forever remain in your heart, even as your feet step boldly into the miracle that is waiting for you. Every goodbye carries weight, but every goodbye also carries wisdom. As you stand on the edge of this new beginning, your heart already knows the truth: you cannot take everyone with you. And as painful as it feels, you must say farewell to a loved one who cannot cross into your next chapter. Not because love has failed, not because you do not care, but because heaven is writing a different story for you now. Stay with me till the end, because this message is for the deepest part of your soul. The loved one you release today will always remain part of your history, but they cannot hold the pen that writes your destiny. You may feel their absence like an empty chair, you may hear their voice in your memory, but God is whispering to you, do not cling to what was, when I am giving you what is to come. This is not abandonment, it is alignment. Hold on and stay with me, because your new home is already carrying blessings you cannot see. Its foundation was not built only by hands, it was chosen by heaven. Every room is waiting to be filled with new laughter, every wall is ready to echo with peace, and every corner has been touched by angels preparing the way for you. And though your heart may ache with the goodbye, your soul will soon rejoice in the gift of what is ahead. Wait and stay with me, because the goodbye is not meant to break you, it is meant to free you. Love is not measured by how tightly you hold, but by how bravely you release when the time has come. This parting is not a loss, it is a door opening. It is heaven's way of making space, so that what is meant for you will finally have room to enter. In your new home, you will feel lighter, freer, stronger. You will breathe without the weight of old battles pressing on your chest. You will wake each morning with a fresh sense of purpose, and in the silence, you will find not emptiness but presence. For where you thought you were losing, you will discover you were gaining peace, clarity, and joy beyond what you imagined. So lift your head and step forward. The goodbye may sting for a moment, but the blessing will shine for a lifetime. And as you cross into your new dwelling, you will understand fully, this was never the end of love, but the unfolding of destiny. Every threshold in life carries meaning. When you cross into your new home, it will not only be a shift of space, but a shift of spirit. The air will feel lighter, the silence will feel sacred, and the walls will hold a promise waiting to unfold. Yet in this sacred transition, one truth cannot be avoided: you must say goodbye to a loved one who cannot step with you into this chapter. Stay with me till the end, because this goodbye has been written by heaven. You may not see it now, but you will. Some bonds are like anchors, they hold you steady for a season, but they cannot rise with you when it is time to sail forward. Love is not lost in letting go, it is transformed. It is turned into memory, into gratitude, into a gentle echo that reminds you of how far you have come. Hold on and stay with me, because your new home is more than brick and stone, it is an altar of renewal. Angels have already walked through its halls, sweeping away shadows, filling it with light, marking it as a place of peace. The loved one you release now is part of your story, yes, but your future requires open hands, not hands weighed down by what was. And though the goodbye aches, it will become the soil in which your new joy takes root. Wait and stay with me, because heaven does not ask for release without offering restoration. The tears you shed now are watering blessings you have not yet seen. The silence you fear will soon become the sound of healing. The space you feel empty will be filled with divine presence. This goodbye is not punishment, it is preparation. It is God clearing your path so your next step is unhindered, your next breath is free, and your next chapter is holy. When you walk through the door of your new home, you will feel it instantly. A weight will lift. A peace will wrap itself around you. And you will understand, this is why the separation was necessary. Because your spirit could not fully rest while still carrying what was never meant to stay. And in that moment, you will whisper to yourself, it was worth it. So walk boldly, not with fear but with faith. For the goodbye you speak today will echo as gratitude tomorrow. And the home you are entering will not only shelter your body, it will shelter your soul, remind you of your strength, and prove that heaven's plan is always greater than your own. Every season of life teaches you something new. Some seasons teach you how to hold on, and others teach you how to let go. And as you prepare to enter your new home, you are stepping into a season where letting go is not a loss but a blessing. You will have to say goodbye to a loved one who cannot follow you, not because they failed you, but because their role in your story has been completed. Stay with me till the end, because heaven wants you to see this clearly. Your new home is more than a physical move, it is a divine reset. The goodbye you are giving now is the key that unlocks this transition. It hurts, yes, but it also heals. For in the release, your soul finds freedom. In the parting, your heart finds space. And in the silence that follows, heaven fills your life with the presence of what was always meant to be yours. Hold on and stay with me, because though your heart aches at the thought of goodbye, your spirit already knows it is necessary. You cannot carry old weights into new seasons. You cannot build new walls with old bricks. And you cannot embrace what is coming if your hands are still clinging to what is leaving. This is not rejection, it is redirection. This is not the end, it is the unfolding of the greater plan. Wait and stay with me, because your new home is not only a place to rest, it is a place to rise. It will be filled with peace that calms your nights, light that brightens your mornings, and joy that returns like a river after a long drought. The goodbye you whisper now will echo as gratitude in the days to come, because you will realize it was not the breaking of your story but the beginning of your miracle. When you walk through the door, you will feel the shift. The walls will not carry yesterday's battles, the floors will not hold yesterday's weight, and the air will not remind you of yesterday's tears. Instead, you will feel renewal, healing, and freedom. And you will know, the loved one you said goodbye to will remain in your heart, but your destiny requires you to move forward without them. So walk boldly. Do not fear the empty space left behind. For what feels like loss is truly gain. What feels like ending is truly beginning. And what feels like goodbye is truly the opening of a new chapter, written by heaven, sealed with purpose, and waiting just for you. Every journey forward requires courage, and every new chapter requires space. As you prepare to step into your new home, heaven is asking you to understand something deeper. You cannot step into this blessing without letting go of the bond that no longer aligns with where you are going. You will have to say goodbye to a loved one who has been part of your past, but who cannot be carried into your future. Stay with me till the end, because this moment is not about loss, it is about growth. Love has seasons, and so do relationships. Some arrive to teach you strength, others to show you love, and some to guide you only for a while. The goodbye you must give now does not erase what was shared, it transforms it. It turns memories into gratitude, and it turns endings into openings. Hold on and stay with me, because your new home has been divinely prepared as a place of peace. Angels have gone before you, filling the rooms with light, cleansing the walls of heaviness, and opening the windows of blessing. This house is not just a structure, it is a sanctuary. It is where your soul will finally rest, where your laughter will return, where your nights will be filled with peace instead of worry. And for that atmosphere to bloom, you must first release what cannot follow. Wait and stay with me, because the pain of goodbye will pass, but the gift of what comes after will last. You may cry as you release, but your tears are watering the very soil of your future. You may ache for what you are leaving behind, but heaven is already filling your hands with what will heal you. This separation is not cruelty, it is clarity. It is God's way of saying, "My child, I am taking away what would limit you, so I can give you what will lift you." When you enter your new home, you will feel it immediately, the shift in the atmosphere. You will walk across the floor and sense freedom in every step. You will sit in silence and discover that silence is no longer empty, it is holy. You will open the windows and feel the light of a new day that belongs to you. And in that moment, you will understand, the goodbye was never the end. It was the path that carried you here, to this place of promise. So do not let your heart be troubled. The loved one you release will remain part of your story, but the future calls you to walk lighter. Step forward boldly, because this home is not just where you will live, it is where you will truly begin again. Every journey has an ending, and every ending carries the seed of a new beginning. You are standing now at the final threshold, the doorway of your new home. Behind you are walls that once held your laughter, your tears, your prayers, and your memories. Ahead of you is a space untouched, waiting for your steps, ready for your voice, prepared for your story to unfold in ways you cannot yet imagine. And in this sacred moment, heaven asks for one final act of courage. You must say goodbye to a loved one who cannot walk with you into this place of promise. Stay with me till the end, because what you feel now is holy. The goodbye you carry in your chest is heavy, yes, but it is also healing. It proves that you have loved deeply. It proves that your heart is alive. It proves that your journey has meaning. And now, God is whispering. Do not fear letting go, for I will fill what you release with greater abundance than you ever dreamed. Hold on and stay with me, because the new home waiting for you is not only a shelter, it is a sign. A sign that your past has been honored, your present has been heard, and your future is ready to be revealed. The walls will carry not arguments but peace. The doors will not open to confusion but to clarity. The silence will not remind you of emptiness but of presence, the presence of heaven walking beside you. Wait and stay with me, because as you close this chapter, the goodbye you give is not forever, it is simply a shift. That loved one will always live within you, as memory, as gratitude, as part of the fabric of who you are. But they cannot journey into a chapter that was written for you alone. Their absence in this season makes space for your miracle, for your peace, for your joy to finally return. And so, when you step across the threshold of your new home, let your heart be free. Let your tears fall if they must, for they are baptizing your new beginning. Let your voice speak if it needs, for your words are declaring life into this new space. And let your spirit rest, knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be. This is not just a move, it is a miracle. This is not just a house, it is a haven. This is not just a goodbye, it is the opening of your destiny. Walk forward with courage, for the past has given you wisdom, the goodbye has given you strength, and the future now stands waiting with open arms. Your story is not ending, it is just beginning. And this home will be the place where you rise, where you heal, where you laugh again, and where heaven's promise finally becomes your reality.